Peter Dellapena here with USA Under-19 head coach Robin Singh after the team's 268-run loss to West Indies Under-19 team here today in Florida, the second match between these two sides. This is the first match you were present for. You weren't here yesterday. What was your overall assessment of the team's performance?
I think it was pretty average, to say the least. Obviously, these are matches where you need to get exposure. We have very little exposure against under-19 teams that have played a lot of cricket. West Indies team is pretty well prepared. I think they've been together quite a while, so they seem pretty well-drilled team, well-knit team. I think it'll take us a little while to get together. I have a few weeks with these guys before we enter the ICC tournament.
By my count, the team had 9 missed chances today in the field, 9 clear missed chances, and including 7 on one player who scored at 154. The first of those 7 chances was on 7. In terms of not only just the fielding, the chances that are being dropped, from my vantage point, some of them can be attributed to just lack of focus, and also there are a lot of other missed fields and just situations where players are not reacting to the ball when it comes off the bat. I don't know if it's a focus or concentration thing, but it doesn't seem like they are mentally focused for 50 overs. How do you respond to that?
I think 50 overs is a totally different ballgame, and it's not about just being mentally focused. I think these guys need to play very good competitive cricket. They don't play enough competitive cricket in the US, and when you come up against an opposition where the competition is stiff, you need to be playing this format with that sort of intensity throughout. So I think the capacity to concentrate for those lengths and those duration, it's obviously quite lacking. Our aim and our vision is to ensure that we get to a standard where we feel we can compete with these teams. Obviously, it will take a little while, and not much time left. But I think for me today was the first day after a while. This is a new team compared to the team that qualified, so they're quite a few new faces. They're potentially better than some of the guys who were here last time. I think we just need to work on certain areas, and obviously fitness is one of the areas that is lacking pretty badly.
In terms of the fitness you just mentioned, a couple players, they got through their first bowling spells fine, but when they came back for the second or third spells, they seem to be extremely fatigued and really struggle to either generate the same pace that they originally could or that they're capable of doing, or in terms of their control for spinners, they seem to lose their control. And what is
But
these
things don't happen overnight. As I said earlier, I mean, you need to be playing very competitive, intense cricket, and you need to be focused. You need to train for 50 overs, not just train for 20 overs and 30 overs. So this concept is something that it's not new to most of the guys, but I think it's not as competitive as what you would encounter at the levels that they play.
In terms of the batting, the bowling, and the fielding, is there one out of those 3 that is your greatest concern right now that you feel needs the most work?
I think the fielding is a concern at the moment, as far as I'm concerned. I think bowling and batting is something that the more you play, the more exposure you get, the better you will get. Fielding, you need to put in a lot of hard work. So I think over the next 3 weeks or so, you'll see a totally different setup. And we intend to make amends and to ensure that we improve in those areas.
I saw you took the team straight back onto the field at the end of the match, and you put them through a fairly intense fitness and especially a fielding session. You were hitting the tennis balls fairly sharply to them for the catching drill. What did you tell the team when they first come off the field? What was your speech to them?
I think we've not really spoken about anything. I mean, everyone knows that it was a very disappointing performance individually, and I think there was no questions asked. I mean, as soon as we said on the field, I mean, people were ready, because I think they realized that they're way below standard at the moment, and I don't think you can complain for anything. The point is that whatever time we have now, you got to make the most of it. We got to put in some quality practice, not just about practice, but I think the quality is very critical at this time.
Are there any specific targets you have in mind for the next match in terms of restricting them to a certain target and goals for scoring a certain target?
Yeah, obviously. I mean, I think we like to keep them under 250. I think it's very, very possible if you hold your chances. I mean, if we had held our chances today, I think we could have kept them under 250. It's not a fabulous West Indies batting side. I see a lot of flaws and loopholes in where we can plug. Similarly with the bowlers, so we want to make sure that we hit good areas, good lengths. I mean, these are the basics of the game, and obviously feel far better than what we can.
All right, USA Under-19 head coach Robin Singh. Thanks a lot.